This is Siegebreaker on normal.
You emerge from the tunnel among giant ruins. For some reason, the Droam army has chosen this location for their camp. More Droam soldiers emerge from the cave, roused to action by the noise. A curious little kobold leads them.
So we just follow the cave back.
rancid stench in this cave is sickening and almost palpable. Is the entire army using it as a latrine?
Oops. I did not mean to step in that very public restroom. But I believe just a poison removal will get rid of that. Nope. Alright.
This large half-orc cook smells of bacon. His hot frying pan spits oil.
Let me get my freedom of movement boots on. I wonder what kind of a charisma hit I'm taking. I think just -2.
This area serves as a food kitchen. This is a food shortage. Soldiers have bunked down in this hallway. Many beds are empty. Are those casualties, or have they gone out on assignment? This must be the army's arsenal. That's a lot of explosives for one room. How convenient.
Whoop. I go up and they drop down. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go up the stairs here. And all right, so this is a kind of an explosive area, and basically the idea is you want to destroy this huge explosive barrel, but if you hit it directly, it's going to be instant death. So the idea here is to start a chain reaction. So you want to shoot this explosive barrel and then jump off as quick as possible. So that you don't die. Now if you hit that big barrel directly, it's instant death. So what you could do is have your hireling kind of standing
Biggest
by.
barrel of explosives you have ever seen. Careful.
But again, if you do the chain reaction, it shouldn't be a problem. But, you know, there's been deaths on the hardcore server, for example, from that. Same with the last quest, Undermine. Those are quests you have to be
The
careful in.
soldiers in the hallway ahead are still asleep.
Not just for
They
what
must
you
be
do, but
used
for
to
what other
loud
people in the party
noises.
do as well in this one. So potentially, if you're going up to set off the chain reaction and somebody doesn't know how the quest works, so they actually go and hit the barrel directly, you both die. So it's kind of an interesting mechanic. This chain has a lot of interesting mechanics to it.
An ancient giant temple complex rises high above you. Is this the reason for the Droam army coming here? This bloodstain on the ground is suspicious. Where's the body? Did they... The blood hasn't dried yet on this altar. Who was sacrificed here? And to whom? There were no humans on Zendrik back during the time of the Giant Empire. These human bones must be a recent addition to this temple.
Alright, shrine, this is a shrine here, I'm gonna put my Heartling on stand his ground.
The rhythmic sounds of mining
Because
picks on
like
stone
all circle
resound
puzzles,
from down below.
if you just walk over it, it solves itself. And the end fight is much the same.
Chant echoes from the hole in the floor. This is it. Whatever ritual is being... A withered and bent figure stands before you. Surely this confrontation will end quickly. The hag fades away. The hag grumbles at you.
Took you long enough to get here.
So now you want to stop this portal. And these are respawning mobs and trapped circle puzzle. So what you want to do here is, since we have the roguish abilities, disable the traps. And I don't know what these traps are. I know the ones that are annoying are the blowing ones that blow you up because you lose track of where you were in the circle puzzle. But then you have to worry about these guys running over it, and if they do, then you simply go and try to step on the one he stepped on. All right, and luckily the trap was off there. So we'll try to get all these traps. The enemies keep on coming. And it's worse on Reaper, it's worse on Hard than normal, etc. So it's the last trap. And ideally, if you have a party, you have like one person on sort of portal patrol, and then one person doing this. But soloing, it's a challenge because you have a lot of things that have to be done at once. And we're done. So now we just basically walk around the circle now that the traps are done and solved. And if for some reason they got messed up, you just have to solve it logically before you can continue.
But it's hardly over. I have more
Alright, so here's the blowing traps. And ideally you want to keep these guys from disrupting your circle puzzle. Not easy. Load, that's annoying. Turn to stone, that's annoying. So I've got There we go. Alright, so you can see these keep on coming. But you will have enough time to do this, barely, and you can have your hireling sort of right in front of the portal to kind of take some aggro while you're getting the traps. And you don't have to do the traps. The reason I like to do them is that I lose track of where I'm on the blowing trap. You know, the way to kind of not do that is sort of, all right, let's hope the hireling out. The reason to have the hireling there isn't to basically defeat the enemies. It's more so that they don't charge, the circle puzzle and disrupt it. Yeah, and if you find some people don't run this quest, they find it too, the mechanics too hard to solo or too frustrating to solo. And if that's the case, I would encourage you to just run it on normal. Run it on hard. It's not that bad of a quest. I think I got them all now. Let's see, did I get this one? Yeah, so I'm just going to run circle. And it solves itself.
You fought well, but I foresee a deadly challenge in your future.
Whoop, and there you see they're running over the puzzle, so we're going to have to figure out which one. I think I see which one he stepped on. This one here. So first we need to get the traps. And so I was kind of paying attention. This is the one that was stepped on. So now I'm going to disable the other traps. And I'll put the hireling right here by the portal. Again, that's just so that they won't charge on the traps. And this will be harder on alright, I'm going to come back and get this one after we get this guy. And it's kind of where it's nice to have, like, say if you have like a pet wolf or iron defender, you can use them to also take the aggro. Alright, so it seems like we're done. Yep, we're done. So now...
The green hag fades away once more.
So, you've killed every officer who knew about the mission. That'll do just fine.
So I think the portal is here.
But here's one
Maybe.
last thing to remember me by. Behold the might of Droam!
Alright. Ooh, rust monster. And they're going to disrupt the puzzle. Get the hireling over here. Alright, and let's see, is it trapped? Yep. And this is the fastest spawning one yet. And it looks like they did step on it. It looks like actually my hireling stepped on it, so. And she stepped on it again, so that's good. So let me get her over here so she doesn't keep doing on that. She went and stepped on the same place twice, so that's good. least it offset each other. Alright, now we can just run around in a circle. And I think this will close the portal.
The lights on the floor go out.
We got one enemy
The
more.
portal collapses, cutting off further reinforcement from Droam. Your mission is a success. The few remaining stragglers pose no threat to Zendrik.
And I'll just pause it while I go to the quest reward. Nothing too interesting. I'm going to just pause it while I go to the arc and reward. Grab this. And I'll pause it while I go get the... And this is the person that gave us the arc reward, or the arc in the first place. And so he gives us a reward with random things in it. And on the third run, we'll get something with everything. And so basically this is not a bad item. For us, this is actually pretty good because there's a feat called bow strength, and the bow strength will allow us to use our strength modifier for damage. So that's kind of useful. I think the other bow we have is probably better because of all the other damage, but I might think about getting this bow and just taking a look at it. Docent, not something we really need right now. We're not at a Warforged. Same with this robe. Potion of Visibility, I'm almost tempted to take that just because it's kind of a rare item. And these are for upgrading the named items. So I think I'll get the bow in the third list. So I'm actually going to take this Potion of Invisibility. And I'm going to retake the quest arc. And that is the quest in the chain on normal.